Welcome back to the Market Wolf. I am the Market Wolf, where I give you the best bear case, the best bull case, and I give you my opinion. Today we are going to be looking at reasons we might invest in quant. I am a quant holder, telling you that up front. And there is some FUD going around right now about quant, and that's something we need to sort out as investors. I am not necessarily against fear, uncertainty, and doubt, because we have to test, press, and look into the truth of the situation and see what is real, what is not. And if you want to check out Crypto Bellwether's channel, I really like the guy. There's a conversation going on over there. It may have been under one of the videos he did recently on XRP. I can't remember which video it is, but there are some questions about quant there. And a couple of the things that Crypto Bellwether is saying on his YouTube channel is one, that quant is bad for Web3. If somebody can explain that to me, why, please tell me why. Just because it's centralized, why would that necessitate that it's bad for Web3? Perhaps it's over my head and I don't understand that. It's a very real possibility. The second thing I would like to know is this idea about, generally speaking, newer tech, newer projects coming along to replace this project, quant. I need to understand that, because if the banks are building some kind of system that is the equivalent to quant, we all need to know about that if they're not going to be using quant. So if that's happening, I'd like to know. Let's go over a few things here. This is from, I'm going to go over the most recent stuff we have that I've been able to find on some of these ideas. Quant network selected by the BIS and BOE to be a tech provider for Project Rosalind. We all know probably about Rosalind by now if you're invested in quant. And this is from 2023. I liked that this article talks about how cross-platform gaming basically equals interoperability. They compare it to Xbox, PS5, GameCube, etc., and everything kind of coming together to work on the same system to play games, make it interoperable. This is basically the same idea as Quant's Overledger, which is patented. And by the way, why is the patent bad? Wouldn't it enable, and this is my question, wouldn't a patent at the very least give Gilbert the option, after he works with all these companies and the central banks, to potentially sell Quant, the company, so the central banks don't have the headache of trying to develop something that it sounds like, based on some of the things here that I'm reading, is a very difficult thing to do. And Gilbert seems to be really the only one with a functional working code right now, kind of like a Windows operating system, to make all of these currencies interoperable. So that's my other question. I just want specifics. I don't want generalizations. Bring me some data, bring me some proof, show me why quant is going to be set aside. Okay, so contrary to assumptions that big banks were ignoring cross-chain delivery versus payment, it turns out they have been actively integrating blockchain directly with RTGs via API gateways. They manage to transfer value from both token-based and account-based systems, tackling the most challenging issues in interoperability, linking private wholesale banking networks to public retail networks like mobile wallets, and then of course MasterCard, Amazon, Barclays, etc. We know that all of these have been working with them, and Gilbert is connected. Let's take a look at some other articles. This comes directly from Quant. This is one of their most recent posts from April of 2024. Quant enriches its central bank grade blockchain platform for enterprise IT and developers. So basically what this article talks about is the fact that it almost sounds like they're moving away from businesses having to hold the Quant token per se, and that all they have to do is simply pay a plan of $179 or $379 a month, depending on how they want to use Quant, which this is a good thing for the Quant company because they need to start making a profit. So I see value there. Let's take a look at another article here. Of course, I mentioned it earlier. This is from Business Times. Barclays, Citi are among banks testing tokenized deposits in the UK. Of course, Gilbert is intimately involved in this, right? So, again, I don't know of anyone else personally that has been so intimately connected and has a proven track record with their company of actually being able to carry out these successful interoperations. And remember, the biggest thing for these guys is security. It doesn't matter how modern your tech is or how much better people think it is. What matters is who can do it and is it secure. And that's the one thing that Gilbert understands too if we look at some of these articles. Okay, Veridian said that businesses were keen to experiment with this technology more quickly than central banks can create their own digital currencies. Banks see the need for programmable payments today. It is quite a game changer for them because business models can operate in a more efficient way because they are not limited by the shackles of the current payment system. Okay, so we've been over that. Let's check out some of the other articles here. And again, you know, it's not as if I was searching for the positive in this. I wasn't searching for positive articles. I was actually searching for some kind of new development, whether a bank is developing or not, that would take the place of Quant. Okay? So here we have UK Finance engages Quant and R3 to support regulated liability network experimentation phase. This is April 2024. All right. And so the development of the RLN is being led by a London-based trade association, UK Finance, with support from EY. UK Finance describes its latest project as a common platform for innovation across multiple forms of money, including traditional and tokenized commercial bank deposits. Now, this is where something struck me here, is maybe this lended some credence to this argument. For its part, Quant says it will provide an orchestration and API layer for the network by leveraging its Overledger platform. So does that mean leveraging the entire Overledger platform or just a portion of it? And does that mean that they will even need to use it? Well, it seems to me if it's the only one that's been successful, then maybe the Bank of England with Project Rosalind is really got Veridian there at the top running with his company. Like, yeah, maybe we do need to leverage this guy's company overall to do what we want to do here. So R3 will lend the network its tokenization platform, Corda, as well as its digital currency solution as a means of providing the critical shared ledger capability. So here we see how Quant's interoperability will work with another chain, right? At least that's what I'm getting there. That's what I understand Corda to be. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me in the comment section. Let me know what Corda is, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So I could keep going and going. I've got other articles here, but those are my basic questions. Of course, at the end here, we know Gilbert published this year, blockchain in 2024, the year of institutional adoption. Look, we're halfway through 2024. This would have to be by the end of 2024, maybe coming into 2025, but he seems to think that this is going to happen. Now, if that's the year of institutional adoption, if he's serious about this, and one of the last things he talks about here is what I talked about earlier, which is security, tackling this idea of security. Those that can achieve this will be the ones who reap the benefits of the technology in 2024 and beyond. Is there anybody else that can do what Quant does? And it's certainly secure. That's my question. Is it out there? Show it to me. What is it? Explain why. I don't want to hear anything vague about, well, there's other stuff out there and it's really modern, blah, 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 blah. I need to know the facts. I want to see substantial evidence laid out. Okay? So, one last thing, just from the Daily Hodl here. This was also on Bloomberg, but I'm not going to pay for Bloomberg. Barclays, Citi, MasterCard, and Visa joining UK pilot for tokenized deposits testing report. This was from April as well. And this may have been tied into Rosalind. Yes, right? Yeah, and they pulled their information from Bloomberg. Additional participants are being invited to join in on the pilot in July, including yet to be named fintech startups and technology companies to test products related to tokenized commercial bank money. Maybe HBAR will be a part of that. We don't. Maybe that's part of what's going to happen in July. We'll have to see. The project also envisions the platform being used by asset managers to tokenize their funds for the settlement of mortgages using programmable funds. Okay, and look, the same people are involved. Gilbert Veridian is clearly still in the loop on this. He's the main. Seems to be the main guy behind actually the criteria for the system itself, and he seems to have the solution. I need to know, what are the reasons why Quant is no longer viable. Show me the tech that has run with these institutions and has proven itself to be secure. And if there is some other tech in development that could challenge it, that's being developed by the banks themselves, show me what it is. That's all I'm asking. We'll see you next time on The Market Wolf.